Hi everyone and welcome back to English with Malik. Today I've come back again with an important lesson for you. Today's lesson is about confused words. Okay, this is the topic which is good for English language learners, and it can be useful for those who are preparing for some type of examination for getting admission at college or university. And this is also useful for those who are preparing for competitive exams, okay? Because this single question comes in almost all type of examinations, okay? So let's begin with the very common ones. The very first word that we have is accept, okay? Accept is actually a verb, okay? So you need to remember that these confused words, some are verbs, some are nouns, some are preposition. So we'll see them accordingly. So accept is a verb. It means to say yes to an offer or a job, okay? So somebody has offered you something, so you accept that thing. An example is, I accepted the position in the company. So they offered me a position of maybe an accountant or a manager or a salesperson, and I accepted it. So accept is a verb. The opposite is except, okay, which means apart from. So you leave out one thing, one person, which is except. For example, everyone was invited except Tom, okay? So all the friends were there except the Tom didn't come or was not invited. So apart from Tom, everybody was there. Then we have access. Access is a verb again, and it means have the right to use something. So you are allowed to use something. For example, I have access to the files. Not everybody has that, but I am especially given access to that. Maybe I have the passcode for it, okay? Then we have access, which is more than necessary, more than what you want, more than what is your need actually. Okay, so we say you should cut your excess spending. You are spending more than what is needed. For instance, your need is fulfilled in, let's say, 10, for example, and then you are spending 12 or 13 or 15. So we say that you should cut your excess spending. Then we have advise, okay? Advise and advice. Well, the basic difference is advise with S is a verb, which means to suggest, okay? And advice with C is a noun, which is a suggestion. So don't get confused. Advise and advice, the difference is of verb and noun. So we say, my lawyer advised me to take money, okay? As a verb, we are using it here, second form of verb, of course. It was a great advice. Taking the money was a great advice, which is a noun. Then we have affect. Affect is a verb which means to change something or somebody. Okay, for instance, the weather affected me a lot. Maybe it's getting cold or hot, so this change of weather is having effect on my body. So I say the weather affected me a lot. Then we have effect, which is a noun, which means result or change. New city had a good effect on him. Okay, so we have affect and effect. Then we have allusion and illusion. Allusion is a noun. It is actually an indirect reference of something, maybe in a speech or in writing. For instance, she made several allusions in her speech. So she made a lot of indirect references into her speech. Illusion, which is a noun, and it is a false belief. And a lot of people think, and a lot of people don't think as well, that true love is an illusion, which is, it is a false belief. There is no such thing as true love. Okay, then appraise. Appraise is to assess someone, to evaluate someone, to judge someone. Like the head teacher appraised the new teacher's class. So the new teacher was appointed. They didn't know whether he was performing well or not. So the head teacher went into her class, or his class, and then appraised it. Apprise, which is to notify. The deputy was apprised about the accident. So there was an accident, so they notified him, they told him, they informed him. Then capital and capitol. Capital has like two meaning. One is it's a seat of a country. Okay, you know, for example, we say the capital of New Zealand is Wellington. Okay, the capital of USA is Washington DC. The second is money. Capital is also money. So we say you need capital to start a new business. Capitol, it's a building where US Congress meet. Okay, you know that building with the with the circle dome. That is a Capitol building. Member of Congress Green was present in the Capitol. Then we have climactic. Climactic is an adjective. Okay, and this means the most exciting part of a story or or a drama or a situation. For example, the climactic battle scene in the movie was wonderful. Okay, that is the scene which was almost at the end of it, and it was more thrilling and more exciting. Climatic, climatic, climatic is related to climate, like weather conditions. So Venice is expressing climate changes. Okay, there are a lot of climatic. Sorry, climactic changes. So it's about weather. It's about how the weather is changing into a place. Collaborate. Okay, collaborate is to work with somebody. It's like cooperation. I collaborated with him in the project. So I was part of that project with him. And so I helped him. I kind of give some assistance. Corroborate. Corroborate is a verb which means add info to support an idea. Somebody has an idea, so you are corroborating with it. You are saying, okay, yes, that is nice, that is well, that is good. The new evidence corroborate his claim. So whatever he is claiming, the new evidence that is there, that is kind of corroborating it. Then we have complement. It's a noun and verb as well, which means to make something more pleasing and to the eye, to the observer. Like cream is a perfect complement to strawberries. Okay, so it kind of makes strawberries really wonderful to see and to eat as well. Compliment is actually it's an expression of approval, especially positive. You like somebody's performance, so you give them a compliment. Okay, you say, okay, you have done well. Or suppose somebody is doing some work, he's on a project, he's performing well, so you kind of praise them. I love getting compliments. No, everybody loves getting compliments. Okay, then we have compose and comprise. Compose is to produce something arty, like music or poetry or drama, stuff like that. So, for example, Milton composed a lot of poetry. John Milton was a great poet, so he composed a lot of poetry. Comprise, which is a part of a whole. Okay, like the book comprised of 10 chapters, so there are 10 parts of that book. Then we have desert. Okay, a desert is an area with sand. Like we say, Sahara is a desert. It is the largest desert in the world. Desserts. Dessert is a kind of a sweet dish which is a part of a meal and that you eat all normally at the end of it. Like apple crumble is a dessert. Elicit. Elicit is a verb which is to produce a response or an answer. Like the survey elicited info on travel habits of people. Illicit, it is an illegal or not approved, as we say. So poaching is an illicit trade. Poaching is actually, kind of stealing animals from jungles and forests and then selling them. That is called poaching. Immigrate. It is to leave a country and live in another. Okay, and interestingly, we say like immigrate also, which is to live in another country after leaving your own. The difference is you immigrate, you leave your country. That is, the process of leaving a country is called immigrate. And living in a country as immigrant. Okay, the example is first you immigrate, which is you go to another country, then you immigrate, and then you live there. So when you live there, you are considered as an immigrant. But when you move, that process is called immigrate. Okay, ensure, ensure, and assure. These are three words. Ensure is to make something happen. Like I will ensure that he eats well. Okay, ensure is to protect yourself against a risk or something against a risk. Like we say insurance, for example. So we need to insure our new car, and that's a very important thing. Assure is to tell someone something to make them feel secure. So you give them a kind of a confidence, or you support them. You say that you are with them, so you assure them. He assured her about the result, that the result will be good. Okay, it's and it's actually it's a possessive form. Okay, so we say the cat licked its paw, but it's with apostrophe is short form of it is. So it says it's raining means it is raining. Then lose, L-O-S-E, it's a verb, which means like you no longer have something. It's not with you. So we say I lost my watch yesterday. Loose is an adjective. It means slack. For example, my seat belt is loose. Stationery with E. It is items for writing. Like I need stationery for school. Stationery with A means not moving. We say like the train was stationary. Altogether, without any gap, means in total. It's an adjective. Okay, I paid $1,200 altogether for my holiday. But all together, separately, means with each other. For example, I love it when we are all together. Then conscious. It is an adjective. It means aware. For example, I'm conscious that you are working hard. And conscience, which is a noun, it's inner voice, something that tells you what is right and wrong. It's kind of compass that you have. A clear conscience sleeps in a storm. That's a proverb. Okay, so this is it for today. I hope you have learned something of value today. These confused words are really important. Study them, practice them, try to make your own sentences, okay, so that you have mastery over them. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye.